Hey, wellness educators. Welcome to the Digital Marketing Show. I'm Coach Jody, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're exploring how to stop doing more and start showing up smarter. Because let's be honest, you've got something meaningful to say. You're out there trying to share tips, stories, new products, promos, and well, maybe you might be wondering, did anyone even see that? So that's not a you problem, that's a visibility problem. And the people who need your voice, your heart, your mission, well, they're a bit scattered. Some check email, some scroll, some text. And over the past years, well, we've been helping you bridge that gap. You've had your weekly wellness emails written and scheduled for you, many with open rates over 25%, which is quite good. We've been building your weekly wellness discovery show presentations. They've been delivered and ready to go. We've created daily social content for you, built for all your platforms with a social marketing 365 capsule. We've helped you with monthly wellness webcasts designed to educate and connect, e-newsletters crafted to nurture your list with heart, not hype, and we've helped you show up consistently and educate your audience with purpose. But we're not stopping there because we see what's possible for you and we're ready to help you push even further. So tonight, we're introducing a way to reach more of your audience through text and direct mail, layered with intentionally what you're already doing. So if you've been showing up in just one or two places, or feeling like you're only reaching a slice of your audience, tonight is for you. So this isn't about shouting louder, it's about messaging with purpose and using all the right pathways to help people actually receive what you're offering. And not in a spammy, salesy way, in a smart, trust-building way. You'll walk away understanding omni-channel marketing, how it connects to the wellness educator model, and a new tool to help you make it simple and sustainable. So if you're new to YFP, or if this is the first time you've been on one of our live events, please type "I'm new" in the chat so that we can give you a big welcome. I'll just check my phone, because if you're watching live on Facebook, let us know where you're tuning in from and drop your questions in the comments. So who do we have with us today? Coach Kristen.
All right. Well, we have Sue Atolls is joining us from Hayward. And then we have the Ontario Trio is what I'm calling them now. We have Leslie, Brenda, and Sandra all chiming in from Ontario. Welcome, fellow Canadians.
Yay.
Susan Betcher, Susan Ritter, Therese, good to see you. Carol, Pat King, Shirley Kritnick, David Pyro. We got the whole crew here today. So that's good. How about you? Any new crew on the Facebook?
I'm seeing in the stream, and I don't see anybody saying anything yet, so I'm just going to put that there. And I did see a little thumbs up or something coming in, so love to see you on the stream. So we'll let you continue with that. And welcome. It's great to see everybody here. Appreciate you joining, Carol and Chris and Darlene. And there's Sue. She's having troubles with the Zoom link. Maybe one of the support team can help, but Sue Mersch is watching on the stream. And it was great to see you, Sue, do your live stream. She's got Tapping Tuesdays. You guys might want to watch her.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Very happy to have you. And if you participate in today's webcast, you'll have a chance to win some exclusive prizes in our Challenge Cove. So stay tuned. And if you answer correctly to the questions that we have during Challenge Cove, you can win prizes such as YFP swag, tech gear, educational resources, and other helpful tools and gear for your business. And if you didn't give your phone number and mailing address yet, or when you registered, we're going to put a link into the chat where you can do that, or update it if you need to, so that we can send you your prize when you win after the show. So with that, let's do a quick poll and see where you're showing up today. We have no polling music. All right, so this is just a quick inventory check. So which channels do you currently use to connect with your audience? Is it email only, social media only, SMS or text only, or maybe you do a mix of a few? You're not quite sure. Most of us probably do a mix of a few. which is great. Oh, I like our new little timer guide too. We got so many little updated gadgets on the call today. All right. Okay, and it looks like most of you do a mix of a few and not really sure. Not really sure. We got a few of you who are email only, a couple that are social only, and one brave person who is text and SMS only. So well done. All right. Well, hopefully tonight we can help you expand that if it feels right. So let's move into our first segment. So let's unpack what we mean by omni-channel marketing and why it matters more now than it ever has. So traditional or one place or one channel, okay, is what we're used to. We have multi-channel, which is different channels, but they're connected. And then there's omni-channel, which is integrated touch points across platforms that work together. So it's like lighting up the shoreline with multiple lighthouses. Your message doesn't get lost, it gets noticed. And I know some of us think omni-channel means like multiple social spaces, but we're not going to look at it like that. It's more multiple modes of communication. So and no, we're not replacing email, and of course we're not spamming everyone. We're just giving people more ways to say yes to your message. And modern wellness educators like you need an omni-channel messaging strategy. So that means SMS that gets opened, so text messages, emails that educate, there's postcards that inspire, and live broadcasts that surprise and delight. So notice how all of those are slightly different ways that you're talking with people. And it's not about talking louder, it's about showing up smarter, because your real role is not just to post content, is to build an audience of people that are ready to invest in better health. So you're guiding people from reactive sick care to proactive wellness, which is what we're all about. And that starts with getting permission to keep showing up. So email opt-ins, text subscriptions, community invites. So remember, every opt-in is a lighthouse that you've earned to the right, or earn the right to light. So think of them as different ways that you're guiding people out of the wild waters in the ocean to a much safer shore. So with that, we'll pass it off to Coach Jody.
Right to light. I could see that one was a bit of a tongue twister there, Kristen. Yeah. Omnichannel marketing amplifies every piece of the audience attraction formula. So let's walk through it. So first, capture attention. When you layer email, text, and even print, you're not repeating yourself, you're reinforcing your message. Each channel gives someone else a chance to say, oh, I needed that today. And basically, you're just getting yourself into more places, so there's a better chance people see you. And that's how you capture attention on purpose. And then, of course, we want to teach to build trust. People learn in different ways, and when you teach across platforms, you're giving them the message in the way they prefer to receive it, which makes trust grow faster. Now you can invite and engage. Engagement isn't just likes and comments, it's connection. When you respond personally, you share a story that resonates, you invite someone to take that small step. And actually, that's something that if you were on Marketing Monday yesterday, Nancy Ficus was talking about. She reached out, she put out a page post to her community, some people engaged, and then she reached out and actually offered them a free prize, basically, and was able to get connections from that. And that's how invitations can feel warm and not pushy. Then, of course, lead them, either do like what Nancy did, or lead them to a tour, your Explore Opportunity, Explore Wellness tour, or a booking for something, it's like a strategy session with them, or to fill out a like an assessment form, something like that, or give them a tour of your resource center. And this is where real momentum builds. A follow-up message that's kind, timely, and caring doesn't feel like marketing, it feels like being seen. and that's what makes someone say yes to the conversation. And then finally, nurture with value, which means seasonal, steady, supportive messaging, because consistency creates confidence. So when someone knows that they can come to your space and find helpful resources again and again, you become their trusted guide. And that's the power of nurturing with value. So this is how you go from being scattered, scattered messaging, to a connected, trust-building flow that leads somewhere on purpose. The bottom line is we want to make sure that more of your audience sees your messages, so that if they're not on social or they don't want to open up emails, you have another chance with both either a direct, a snail mail or direct mail newsletter, as well as SMS. So let's go to the next segment here, the niche down with Linda. Linda's here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Well, you're so very welcome. Linda's in my coaching program, and so I invited her to share because she's exceptional in so many ways. So joining us today again is someone who truly embodies what it means to be a wellness educator. Linda Rice is a grandmother, a business owner, and someone who's walked through her own gut health journey and come out the other side with more energy, freedom, and purpose. She's built a beautiful wellness community by simply sharing what she's learned, and we're honored to have her with us tonight. So let's bring back Linda. Good evening. So let's start with your story. You've shared so beautifully on your site, your hub site, about your journey with gut health and how it led you here. Can you tell us what inspired you to start sharing that publicly?
My inspiration was that I felt better. I had, after 32 years of this, I've talked to my wellness coach, and she, along with, back then, education tapes, and I knew education is so important to have. That's how people learn best. And so I felt like, after listening to family members, dear members who are having issues, it's time I pay it forward.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So we recently worked with you to craft your branding and story for your hub site. And now that it's live, and it took us a while to get there, how does it feel to see your story presented so clearly and beautifully?
Well, gut health is not a subject that people easily talk about.
Right.
But you, with your drawing it out of me, to have it on my website is really helpful. And to have, I think, the reticular activating system, you're listening to people now when you have some place to send them. And that's was important to me, to have and learn with the social marketing, to have a place. And yes, it feels great to see it in writing.
It's kind of like
just here.
Right. Like if you buy a Volvo, suddenly you start seeing Volvos everywhere.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
And I don't own a Volvo, by the way, but I'm just using that as an example.
Well, you're saying it.
Yeah. So that's what she means by the reticular activating system, is suddenly your radar is up and you're going to be seeing that. And let's just sort of add, remember, Linda, like right away, you suddenly had a discussion with somebody and gut health was their issue, wasn't it? So it was just all of a sudden, yes, you made that connection after we had that.
Right.
Now, you chose to focus your message around digestive health. What made you feel like that was the message you wanted to lead with, considering your husband had an illness and some of your family were suggesting that you talk about that?
Right. And they had strongly suggested diabetes be my focus.
Right.
After 45 plus years, and I walked it. We lived it together. And diabetes was wanting to take control of our life. But we didn't. We found a way that helped him for a long, long time. And when I thought about that, that was his story. My story was a healthy gut and to have good digestive health. So that was important that I share that. And when I think that I want to be a teacher, and that's a teacher always learns more. And so I'm continually studying and learning. We each have our own system, and that's important that I listen and learn more.
Yeah, you've been, you're such a great person to coach, a good student. You also have this amazing line on your page. So get this, everyone. Who wants to guess her age? So this is the product. She's the product of the product. Anybody want to guess? On her webpage, let's just see a number if somebody's ready on the chat to type it in. I guess we should have made that they get a prize if they.
Jody.
There we go. Yeah, way to go, Susan. Anybody else want to throw a number out there? It's on her website, so it's not like I'm going to give you some sensitive information. Everyone else out there, that's right. Yeah, you guys are, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. So at 82 years young, she says on her website, I'm still waking up, excited to take each day with purpose and passion. Who's the winner, by the way, Kristen? I think Jan Cruz is closest, maybe, I think. Yeah, Eva, very close. Good for you, Eva. Olivia, but way to go, Susan. You're going to love Susan. She said you're 65. Susan, yeah. So don't we love Susan? I know. So again, she's waking up excited to take each day with purpose and passion. So let's just say, how has this new clarity in your message contributed to that sense of purpose, Linda?
Well, every day is a new day. It's a gift. And I'm grateful to the company. I'm grateful for what you have done for guiding me and through this. I think to have my story in one place is the best, because I have lots of things to do. I have places to go and people to see and mowing to do.
And the Boy Scouts are asking you to do things with them, and you're a busy woman.
I'm going camping. Going camping for 5 days.
Yeah. We often say that wellness educators are guides, not sellers, even though you guys need to make sales. How has this process helped you feel more confident sharing without maybe feeling pushy or salesy?
Well, an invitation to education has not been turned down. I think people want to learn. And so to have that, I don't feel like I'm pushing them into learning. It's just nice to have a place that we have built so that I have a visual of what it means to have a healthy gut. And I think that's the whole story right there.
Nice. So if someone was sitting where you were a few months ago, maybe unsure how to put their story into words or kind of how to move forward like what we did, what would you say to them?
Well, without a doubt, time that we've spent together, Coach Jody, to really see exactly what YFP has to offer. And then I was able to go in to look at my contacts and learn to meet them. As long as I've been in, I have quite a few, but to reconnect with them, I think it's really important that someone really looks at this and considers the coaching, the how to invite, how to connect. That's been very helpful for me.
Linda also lives, I think you're a bit rural, right? You live on a decent sized piece of property. It's one of your purposes for the business. is so that you can maintain that lifestyle. So of course that's important. And I loved it because Linda was always aware of like how many unsubscribed she had. You know, why is this person unsubscribing? You know, just she was just very client centric. So I really just, you know, appreciate you so much. So thanks for sharing your heart and your story with us tonight. And your journey is just such a beautiful example of what it looks like to lead with purpose and to speak from experience, and then to step in this next chapter with clarity and confidence. And we know your story will resonate with so many wellness educators who are wondering if they can really do this. And you just showed them that it's not only possible, but it's powerful. You know, we can say you're a digital marketing grandma. So we're so grateful to have you in this community, and we can't wait to see who your story inspires next. So we're going to bring Linda back in a bit so we can say goodbye, but we will let you take a bit of a rest before we call you back in. And we're going to move to the next segment, which I believe is it Coach Kristen who's taking this one? It is.
All right. Let's take a moment and talk about what we really mean when we say messaging with purpose. So purpose-driven messaging, it isn't about pressure, it's about permission. It's about sending the right message to the right person at the right time in a way that serves them. And it means that every message you send out has a job. And there are 4 main purposes that it should serve. So the first one is to educate. So you're here to share ideas, resources, and perspectives that help someone feel more empowered in their wellness journey. We want people to feel encouraged to go on this journey because we know it's not an easy one. So think about, here's why gut health matters. Here's what helped me sleep again. Here's what helped me XYZ, that type of thing. So that's the first one, is to educate. Then we're going to build trust. So you're creating small moments of connection that lead to someone saying, I feel like she gets me. I trust what he or she is sharing. You know, this person makes me feel safe to actually try this type of thing. So that trust is what makes a booking or a product conversation feel very natural instead of pushy. You're not hunting someone down or chasing someone down. They're coming to you because you've resonated with them. And then the third is to extend an invitation. Purposeful marketing isn't about chasing, it's about opening doors. So think of this, if you kind of want to think like, if this speaks to you, come join the discovery group, right? I'd love to guide you on a wellness tour if you're curious. And the thing with these is it's all about choice. There's no pressure, right? If this speaks to you, come on over, arms wide open. Same thing with the guided tour, but it's also, if it's, you know, and not right now, there's no pressure.
Yeah, and last but not the least, to stay top of mind, the truth is people often need multiple touch points. Purposeful marketing gives them gentle, helpful reminders, not loud pitches. So when they're ready, you're the one they think of. Now, that doesn't mean, by the way, we're saying to sit back and just wait for people to do things. We want you guys to be proactive and get involved when you see people engage. But this is how you become the guide and not being perceived as the salesperson. And ironically, that's what leads to more sales because you've earned their trust. And I think we're moving to the next segment with Amy. All right, so our next guest for tonight is a cancer thriver, grandmother, and wellness entrepreneur who's been exploring natural solutions for over 30 years. Amy Krista brings so much real-life experience, wisdom, and heart to this conversation. She's recently launched her own wellness brand and is already seeing results from showing up with education and consistency. And we're so excited to have her here. So good evening, Amy. We have Amy with us. There we are. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing well tonight. Good evening, Coach Jody.
Yeah.
Thank you for Linda's story as well. That was really good.
Well, I agree with you there. Amy, we've loved watching your momentum build. Now, one of the reasons why I asked Amy to join us is, unlike Linda, who's actually been in the business for quite a while, has an established group. Amy is at the starting point and starting to grow. And I think Amy's got some neat things to share. So maybe can you share your niche and tagline with us and what led you to focus on that message?
Sure. So my niche is energy. So it's energy seekers.
Mm-hmm.
And my tagline is renewing one's energy after critical illness. And the reason I chose that was I've overcome a few of my own health issues in the past 10 years, herniated disc. I am a breast cancer thriver of 6 years. And through all of those journeys came mental fatigue and lacking energy. So after I did my own nutritional products, and I just really felt like I wanted to share with others that were going through similar challenges.
And actually, Jean is the one who connected me with Amy. Amy was feeling kind of a little disheartened and wasn't sure, do I go further? Do I dive in, double down and do this, or what do I do? And so we were able to talk and kind of help you get back on track. And I've been watching, Amy through this process, and this is not easy because, this is a business where a lot of it just lives in your own mind. But one of the things that you did is you recently hosted your first, you've done a few of them, but a live event at a wellness expo, I think would that be the way to say it? Or it was like a vendor show, trade show? I can't remember quite what the name of it was, but.
Kind of like a vendor market show, yes.
Right, right. And it wasn't just
was,
wellness necessarily either, was it? It was rocks, it was jewelry, it was things of...
People were selling their wares of all different sorts of things. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was, I was really excited actually to do it. I didn't know I would be as excited as I was, but I was excited because with this business, I have a brand now, and I was leading with education versus sales. And that just really excited me because I didn't feel salesy, and it was more genuine, which is what I want to share with people and help them. So that turned out really good. And what I did when I was there, I offered a newsletter. And when people came by, I said, this is my newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter, a monthly newsletter, and it educates you. I said there's usually once a month, there is like a theme. I said heart health or women's health. And so people really responded really well. And they just signed up to the newsletter. So that was kind of my way in.
Yeah, it was great because you walked away and you weren't sure, did I do it right? You actually made a sale or two, if I remember correctly, and you didn't mean to, but you did. So that was awesome. And you had leads. And that, by the way, folks, is really the focus of an event like that, is networking and lead generation. So I really thought that was fantastic. And Grace, let's just move along here. What did maybe you could just share with us, what did you learn by putting yourself out there like that? What would you say was your big sort of epiphany or takeaway?
Well, when I did the live, I had watched other people do lives, and they just go on and they're being their authentic self. And I thought, I can do this, there's no reason why I can't. So I just went ahead, and I think I did pretty good. However, with some tips from you, Coach Jody, afterwards, that I think with more repetition, I will improve. But I just was authentic and let people know why I was here and what I was about a little bit. So that was good.
Well, I need to congratulate you, just putting yourself out there, getting in the fray, and you're just starting. I believe you've done your wellness show. You have gone live. So now you're going to vendor shows as a way of lead generation. And so we're just kind of helping Amy along. Now, of course, summer's kind of kicking in and you were needing to travel a little bit. So one of the things that I coached Amy on was just to focus on networking. Don't worry too much about sort of pushing the business forward unless the conversation goes in that direction. So moving to the next question, Grace, let's just move up there. That I'm just wondering, after connecting with people at the event, you had to think about follow-up, and that's what we talked about. What did you discover about that process? What worked or surprised you?
I just think by adding people to that contact list, and then I sent them an email afterwards, basically a welcome email, and I used the YFP email system, and it just was effortless and efficient. And I really liked the part where I could put the tag, which you coached me on, that where I met this person or something about the people when I meet them, so that when I follow up,
Right.
I need a referral, right, to refer back to say, oh yeah, that was that person, right? So that was super helpful.
Fantastic. So just so you guys are knowing, she's in YFP 7.0. So if you haven't migrated, please let us know in the chat that you want a migrating appointment, because the contact manager is a lot more robust and you can tag people. So Amy is tagging her contacts based on what vendor show she's meeting them at, so that when she does reach out to them, she knows, hey, we were at the apples vendor show, and the other person, she can say, I was at the banana vendor show. And then that way, they just have that affinity. Because if, after a day or two, they may forget who she is. And then if she comes out of the blue emailing them, she may not get them to open or look. So that's really critical, is that you're able to help with that. So since starting your hub site and wellness brand, because that is really what you have now with your designs, you started to show up more consistently. How has your mindset shifted when it comes to marketing and messaging?
So yeah, I'm learning to engage more in conversations with people instead of just maybe liking it. I'm trying to engage more, respond to them more, and be interested in people's health, listening and hearing what they're saying, not just trying to respond, but really being an in-tune listener. I feel I'm trying to do that more, and to lead with education, to bring them value and be authentic and not salesy. So that's huge. When I put my head around the education thing, then it takes away the fear of trying to sell them.
Yeah. And you're offering them something for free, isn't it? To join my newsletter, to be part of my wellness community.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have that kind of heart palpitating, getting freaked out, because you're going to have to ask them to make that big decision, starting with micro commitments. And Mary is asking, will teaching be offered on how to use 7.0 for tagging? Yes, absolutely. It'll be in YFP 101, Mary, or you can book an appointment with tech support for that. So what would you say to someone, Amy, who's just getting started, who was maybe where you were a little while ago, who might feel nervous about being seen or unsure what to say?
Yeah, I think to realize that people need help with their health challenges, just like myself. So there is a need to be confident in what we have to offer, which is using education. So that's super helpful, showing up with education. And when they start asking that, then that is my time to lean in and share my message. And of course, to be a good listener, and consistency through the weekly wellness show, the posts, whatever else a person can do in social media. I'm really focusing on trying to be more consistent. So it's becoming more of a routine versus freaking out and thinking, what am I going to do? I'm trying to really get into that routine.
Yeah, good for you. It's something that we've heard for quite a while, and it's hard to do, but that is sort of divorce yourself from the results and just focus on the activity. That if you keep doing the right activity with improving skill, you will get results, and you just have to believe in that, because it just works in your favor. And you have, at the end of the day, a great product you represent that, you know, if people find it, they're going to love it. So I'll just sort of add this as well, that you used to own, with your husband, a hardware store. So you are used to people actually coming to you who has an issue, a thing they're trying to buy or whatever. So that was kind of a change up, wasn't it? Because you're not used to proactively going to people.
Yes.
And that was something that I've kind of had to coach you on, wasn't it? And that's where that attraction comes in, folks, is learning how to put yourself out there in a way where they will lean in, they will engage in some way, and then getting the skills and the confidence to be able to then reach out and know what to say and to move people forward. So I just want to say this. I have watched Amy go from where she was a bit shaky and not sure whether she wanted to even do this anymore, to, you know what, I'm going to do it. And she's just proceeding. And with just, you know, we only meet like once a month or something like that. And you're just trucking in there. So for me, you know, 3 stars to you. So I mean, really, it means a lot, because there's a lot of people who get in this business and they're just too darn scared to do anything, and they don't. And so then nobody hears the message, and you're making it happen. So good for you, Amy.
Yes, thank you so much for all the coaching as well. I so much appreciate it. And I'm grateful actually to have this stuff to help me. It's actually exciting more now.
Good for you. Well, thank you again for sharing your experience with us. It's so encouraging to see how you've stepped into this chapter with such clarity and courage. And we've got people like Mary Riley and Pat and Jasmine. We also had some other people, Brenda Smith and Cody. So many people sharing, and Jan Cruz, who also had a breast cancer experience. So, you know, by the way, we should be giving her links so you guys can see her assets. If you go to, could you give your domain name?
My domain name is
Yeah.
Amy Krista Wellness.
AmyKristaWellness.com. Yeah.
Yes.
And actually, she had an original domain that we changed. It was like Healthy Tidbits or something like that. And so that is the other thing, by the way, is that Amy's been very coachable. I suggested, get this changed, let's move that over there, and she's doing it. So from crafting your niche to showing up at your first live event, you know, you're really modeling what it looks like to lead with heart and take action. And your story reminds us that it's never too late to grow, to reimagine your business, and to start building something aligned and sustainable. So we're just so glad to have you in the YFP community, and we can't wait to see what you do next, and we'll be seeing you on coaching soon anyways. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
All right, so Grace, let me just see that again for a moment there. Yeah, all right. Okay, that was just the stinger. We're good. Thank you. You might have heard that Modere just shut down their US operations. That means hundreds of wellness-minded entrepreneurs, maybe thousands, are now looking for a new place to land.
Yes, and what they don't want is to feel pressured or jump into something that doesn't offer the same potential for growth and long-term stability. And they definitely don't want to end up searching all over again in 6 months.
Yeah, so that's why your message and your model, right, your business model, the way we're teaching you guys to do this, it really matters so much. When you can clearly show that you're building something steady, sustainable, and service-oriented, and in a way where they don't have to do icky things, it really sets you apart. So with the global conference just around the corner, you're about to get amazing stories and tools. So if you want your audience to actually hear about it, you'll need more than just an email broadcast. And this is where the Wellness Educator model really shines. So by the way, just to clarify that, what was actually taught at Modere was the influencer model. And there's nothing wrong with influencing. We want to influence people. But what that sort of conveyed was something that most people are not wired for. We believe that the Wellness Educator model is a better fit for more people, because it's not about making you the center of attention. It's about making the wellness message the center of attention, and you're just the guide and the connector. So you can use purpose-driven messaging and simple tools like what we're about to talk about, SmartSend, which is the new SMS marketing system that we'll be talking about, to offer something different, something better, just another layer to help you get more messages out there. But here's how you can reach out to former Modere distributors. In fact, I asked Susan Betcher to do a post to say, hey, who was affected? She already had someone. I think that person's trying to market or recruit her. But this is the way to do it, folks, okay? Is either do something like what Susan did, ask a question just to get people to sort of appear, lead with value, offer them a free guide, which is what we're making for you, or invite to your discovery group. Not a join my team plea, right? Or you need to check out our business because it's so amazing, and you just suddenly are gushing about your company because there's a lot of people that are going to be doing that. You kind of turn into an ambulance chaser. We don't want that. Instead, tell your story. Send them a link to your HubSite story page, or maybe email. Again, depending on what kind of relationship it is. But for me, I'd be starting to do posts, right? Intermingling in there, talking a little bit about the difference between the influencer model and your wellness educator model. Some of the things that people might want to consider, saying, hey, I know that some of my, my contacts or people out there have been disrupted by what happened in Modere. Here's some of my top tips of what to look for in a new company. So instead of telling them how your company's great, you tell them what to look for, and that's what's in your company. So, okay, you could also mention your strategy, your structure, how you guys have found a way to use educational marketing to find, enroll, and retain people. Again, you come from a educational perspective versus we're better, this is so wonderful. You just use the same strategies. So.
Yeah, and we're creating a ready-to-use PDF that you can send to them, which helps Modere folks understand the difference between the influencer model and the wellness educator model, and it walks them through what to consider when choosing their next steps, just like Jody mentioned. So all that stuff is in a book.
Yeah, so if you want to get it, type it in the chat. Say, I want the book, if that's something that you'd like. Again, if you want a copy of that, reach out to us on social or right here in this chat or in the live stream, because we got Pam. We haven't said hi to Pam Belders out there. And Red Sereno is here with us too. Julianne Graham, Dale Hatchell, Nancy Deleens, Arlene Foster, and we're just so excited to see you guys there as well. So, yeah, or book an appointment, just somehow get to us, and when we have it, we're going to give that to you.
Excellent. And fun fact, we know Chicago is coming next week, which is very exciting. And we can meet the YF team, or you can meet the YFP team there too. So if you've burned out all your old tactics or ready to grow without grinding, yours truly, myself, and Mabel will be your friendly faces at the Shackley Conference. And there to chat all things strategy, service, sustainability, and also just to connect so you can bring your questions, your dreams. If you've been curious about how your wellness educator or wellness educator model can support your Modere, now Shackley journey, come say hi. And we're going to be having a meetup at either the Hyatt or the actual conference venue. We'll keep you posted on that on June 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So just stay tuned. We will keep you posted. And we're very excited to talk some wellness, some community building, and how we can help you co-create something amazing.
Yay. Actually, this is exciting because this is the first official return to the conference since I went there in 2019 in Las Vegas when I was mobbed throwing out t-shirts. At the end of the day, we're all part of the same mission-driven industry. And as wellness educators, it's not about competing, it's about supporting. When people are in transition, our role is to show up with empathy, education, and an open door, because that's what leaders do, and that's what the wellness world needs more of right now. So you guys might find that people try to enroll you, by the way, who came from Modere, and now they're jumping into a new company they're starting called Nueva, which some of the big players who were in Modere. My recommendation is don't think of it as competition. Don't worry about it. Just focus on connecting with these people, because the truth is you have a system that I guarantee you none of them do. They don't have an email marketing system that's connected to a contact manager. They have parts and pieces that are duct taped together. They don't have a team of writers that are creating emails for them. They don't have the wellness experts like Dr. Hartig or Dr. Daggy or those folks who are putting on this kind of stuff. They kind of have to use sheer personal energy and the influencer model, which is difficult to do. It's not really driven for a support team the way we built this for you guys. So utilize your X factor, which is that you've got a digital marketing team that they don't.
Okay, so you might be asking, how do you show up everywhere without adding 12 new tabs to your life? How many of you here are the multiple tab openers? So let's introduce you to one of our best tools, which is SmartSend. So how this works, or what the plan is that we have 2 done-for-you broadcasts a month that you can send out through SMS. So we write it, we schedule it, and we manage it. It's really that simple. So if you're ready to get more of your audience hearing your message, then we suggest booking a free strategy session with one of our expert coaches, and we'll go through what that looks like, what's involved. So you're not saying yes to anything, you're just saying yes to discovery. And in there, we'll review how that would look in terms of SmartSend and what that would entail once we get it there. Now, if you're not ready for SmartSend, you don't have to. You can also book one of our other strategy sessions where we'll review your content strategy, your current strategy and online presence, show you the blueprint to win with community marketing, and walk you through the steps to become a fully equipped wellness educator. So if you'd rather take a test drive first, you can also create a free trial in our marketing hub, absolutely, and this is more for the educational ecosystem. And be sure to download the Wellness Educator's Blueprint. So yes, if you're interested in learning about any of that, specifically the SmartSend, which Jody's been talking about, getting you out into multiple channels, definitely book an appointment and we'll walk you through that.
Yeah,
and so with that,
actually, I just want to kind of jump back in again for a minute. I'm going to hijack.
Do it.
Before we roll too fast. So first of all, I'll give you guys a bit of moments here, but if you are interested and being one of our first users, Gloria, by the way, is one of our first beta testers. So we got to give it up to Gloria, who's been supporting the beta for a long time. She was one of the first beta testers in 7.0, along with some of my other coaching clients. So again, Gloria is pushing through, making things better for you guys. So thank you, Gloria. But if you'd like to get SmartSend, just type in "I want SmartSend." That doesn't mean you necessarily want it, but you just want the strategy session. You want us to reach out. You want to talk about it. But just type in "I want SmartSend" if you're interested in learning more. So basically, SmartSend is an additional service that we're connecting to the system, where we're going to be able to do 2 key things. Again, we're going to be able to send 2 text broadcasts to your list every month. One broadcast will be inviting them to the live event. Another one will be letting them know that your newsletter's in the inbox. We may change that up a little bit, but we want to keep it to 2 sends. That's kind of the industry standard. We also have, what I'm quite excited about it as well, is the ability to send a hard copy direct mail 1-page newsletter for you to your list. You don't have to do any labeling, mailing, things like that. Now you're going to have to pay for the credits for this, and if we actually do it for you, then if you're an ultimate bundler on one of the leader plans or an advanced bundler, actually the VA hours will include it. But if you want us to do the work for you, then you'll have to get a VA hour to handle that. And we'll talk about that in the strategy session. But this is really what's going to just bring this whole piece of everything that we've been working for you guys together. I've been building this for 20 years with the vision of getting to the point where we could help you guys build a contact list that you could market to, right? That you could message to, having an audience that you could influence, but you need broadcasting tools to make that happen. And SmartSend is kind of the final piece of the puzzle, unless, I don't know, there's some other thing comes that I haven't thought of yet so far. But from broadcasting, SmartSend, probably the last one would be push notifications. But I just would just highly encourage you guys to consider that. And the nice thing is, if you don't have a very big list, it's not very expensive to send. You will have to pay for a phone number in order to send. And it's what we've been doing. So if you guys have been getting our text messages, inviting you to our events and reminding you of things, it's the same system. So, and we've been doing this since 2018, and it certainly makes a difference for us. So if you are interested in that, we'd love to have that strategy session and talk to you guys about it. Because this isn't as, say, there's just a little bit more to smart sending to dealing with SMS, because it's sensitive. We got to get it right. We don't want to be, annoying people by dropping stuff into their phone. It's just more sensitive than, say, email is. So we want to do that. And then as well as talking about the ability to send out postcards and then a newsletter. So some of you may only want it quarterly. Some of you may want it monthly. But I just know so many people that have had such great results with that. So yeah, so I just kind of again want to talk about that. Let's move back to Challenge Cove and have some fun.
Oh, I like that tune. That's a good one. Welcome to Challenge Cove. So tonight, how it's going to work is we have 4 questions, which means you have 4 chances to win. So let's see who's paying attention or who's been paying attention to tonight's webcast. Now, before we get going, I just want you to drop an "I'm ready" in the chat, because you will need to type out your answers. And it's going to be a speed round. Okay, everybody's ready. Let's roll with it. For question 1, what are the 4 purposes of purpose-driven messaging? Okay, there's 4 of them, and they all start with 2. Jasmine, you're too quick. You're perfect, though. Jasmine's been taking notes. So well done. Well done, Gloria, Debbie Miller, excellent. PJ, fantastic. Oh, PJ's just saying fantastic strategy, so thank you, PJ, appreciate that. Chris Coban, well done. Same thing with Sharon, Phyllis. I was expecting this kind of question. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Jasmine is our winner, and if you put in to educate, to build trust, to extend an invitation, and stay top of mind, you answered correctly. I don't know. You know what I would say, Jasmine, is keep it, and it's something that you can give to one of your audience. Maybe you can run a challenge with it too. So just a thought. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So people often need multiple touch points. Purposeful marketing gives them gentle, helpful reminders, not loud pitches. So when they're ready, you're the one that they think of. So with that, our next question is, describe omni-channel marketing the best you can. You won't know yet. We'll do a spin for the gift or spin for the prize in just a minute. Oh, well done, Chris. Well done, Pat. Many ways of reaching out. Yep. They're going really quick. Being able to send out the same message through various channels. You all are getting it. Absolutely. Sending consistent messages, posting to multiple channels. Right. And we all know that multiple channels doesn't mean multiple social media spaces. You want to think of social media as its own piece of it, but then there's email, SMS, snail mail, if anyone's familiar with snail mail. So well done. All right, so the first person who I think explained it well, let's see, is Chris Coben. Well done, Chris. Congratulations. So hold tight. We'll draw here in just a minute. Right? Who doesn't love getting snail mail, especially when it's not bills? Okay, question 3. What's one channel you could add to get your message to more people? Is it A, B, or C? And we got, look at y'all.
Yeah,
Well done,
Robin's
Chris.
out there too. Way to go, Robin.
Y'all are fast. All right, looks like you all got that one correct too. You got another 9 seconds, just in case though, if anyone wants to put it in there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, if you answered B, SMS with SmartSend and VA, you are correct. And Leslie McLeod was our first one in there with our answer. So well done, Leslie. All right, and then we have this is a bonus question, so one more chance here. What are 2 ways you can reach out to former Modere distributors? Is it A, tell your story, B, lead with value, C, all of the above, or D, none of the above? You all are so fast. Everyone's been paying attention. Good show. All right. So yes, if you answered C, all of the above, you are correct. And Sue Rand was our first one in with that answer. So congratulations, everyone.
Yay.
So yes, you can reach out to your former distributors or former Modere distributors by leading with value and telling your story. Okay, so next we're going to go to Max and we're going to spin the wheel to see what you all are taking home tonight. And drum roll. There we go. A one-on-one with Coach Jody. And is that one going for everybody?
I feel like a winner.
Yeah.
I get to be part of it.
Very cool. You're very welcome. So well done, everybody. You all get to have a little session with Coach Jody, go over some strategy stuff, and I know you're going to find it incredibly valuable. So congratulations, everyone.
Well, great. Thanks for that, Kristen. I hope you guys got a ton of value from this, and we look forward to seeing you in the Wellness Webcast. And by the way, what do you guys think of the new look, the Digital Marketing Show designs? I just want to give a shout out to the team. They put a lot of work into the fancy graphics and all the different backgrounds and the change-ups and everything like that. So, once again, Patrick and Max, that we affectionately call Pax, stayed late. They were here till like 11 or whatever, and then they got here at 6 in the morning to do all this. So this is what it takes to put this kind of stuff on to help you guys grow and to get that message out there. You've got an important mission, and that is to shift people's thinking from reactive sick care to proactive well care. And of course, we're fully equipped wellness educators to do that. So just thanks again. We look forward to seeing you in the Wellness Webcast, June 25th. And let's just give another big thank you to Linda and Amy, our wellness educators, who took time out of their day to do tech checks and do everything that took to be here and to share their joy and their wisdom. So with that, thank you all. And we will see you at the conference or in the group, whatever comes first. Remember, your message matters. Let's help more people actually see it. So here's to creating you a lifestyle of personal freedom. Bye for now.